Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and we are building up to Manchester United match against Fulham in London. Manchester United travel to Craven Cottage, 8th in the Premier League with 15 points, while Fulham are at 14th position with 3 less points. Manchester United are coming into this match at the back of a humbling, while two consecutive humbling at the hands of Manchester City and Newcastle United, and an abysmal exit from the Carabao Cup. While Fulham, having advanced in the Carabao Cup, will be full of confidence and would like to take revenge of last season, where Manchester United were able to beat them in the cup competition as well as in the Premier League. Even though Fulham have only had one win in the last 5 Premier League matches, but with their advancement into the Carabao Cup next round, they must get some fillip from that, and the fact that United are dwindling and in the doldrums, they want to press ahead and make it memorable for themselves with the victory, famous victory at Craven Cottage. Historically, United have had a number of victories against Fulham, but recently, and especially in the Premier League, this has never been a gimme for Manchester United. And even last season at Craven Cottage, we won with the last minute winner from Alejandro Garnacho, which introduced him to the world. Also at Old Trafford, we won in the Cup and in the Premier League as well. But those matches were also tied. And apart from one victory that I remember, 5-1, when Wayne Rooney scored a couple of goals, back 15 years, or 4-0 victory at Craven Cottage when they were under Roy Hodgson. We haven't had easy wins against Fulham, and certainly with this team under Ten Hag, I can't see that happening as well. Marco Silva usually likes to play with a lot of ball and high intensity. His team likes to press, and with players like Andres Pereira, Jimenez, Vinicius, Willian, and Iwobi, they're full of pace and physical also. In midfield, obviously, Palhinha is the stalwart. He's the linchpin with Harrison Reed and Kearney. Also, some other options who are good with the ball. Obviously, their fullback is also a strength. With Anthony Robinson, a standout. I think he's one of the best fullback, left back in the Premier League. Obviously, Tim Ream is the captain, and he's been exceptional since he has joined them, and particularly in the Premier League. In terms of goalkeeping, Bernd Leno is a proven player at this level, and a good shot stopper as well. In terms of the goal threat, obviously they don't have an out-and-out prolific striker like Mitrovic, who has gone to Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. But they have other players who are chipping in, like De Cordova-Reid, who's the top scorer with 2 goals. Also from midfield, Palhinha has scored just last week against Brighton. They have Andres Pereira and Vinicius or Jimenez, whoever they pick for this match. Also with midfield, they have players like Harry Wilson and Harrison Reed, who are good at the ball and creative in their own way. So they have plenty of threats going forward. The standout will be Willian, I think, with his experience and his uncanny ability to get past player, especially if I don't think we should start with Dalo and Van Bissaka should return, but I don't know how fit he is if he can start again after 2 days of rest. But Willian will be certainly a man to watch out. Defensively, obviously, they have players like Diop and Ream, centre back pairing, a strong, physical, also a danger in the box with offensive set pieces. Palhinha in midfield is a warrior. He cleans up everything, screens the defense well. Also, is good with the ball and progresses the play well as well. He's also added goals to his repertoire, so he'll always be a threat for Manchester United, especially an area of the field that we don't seem to have any kind of clue how to structure, how to orchestrate, and I'm guessing since Casemiro is injured, Amrabat must be supported with another midfielder like McTominay, like we did against City in the first half. Otherwise, it could be dangerous, and we could be at the end of another hiding this weekend. With that in mind, let's get to the tactical board and break down formation. Manchester United, their go with 4-2-3-1 formation because Casemiro is injured. I'm assuming the Garmenbath will play in the deep lying playmaker position. Either McTominay or Ericsson will support him. I think Ericsson might be too light for this match, especially against the midfield of Palinia, Reed, and Pereira. So I think McTominay should come in, give more energy and physicality in that midfield. Fernandes, I'm not too sure whether he'll play on the in that number 10 position or on the right flank, but I think he should stick to his favorite position. I think any kind of damage that we can hope to do to Fulham, I think Fernandes has to play in that position. Rashford would start on the left flank because Garnacho didn't play well. I didn't think he took his chance, so I think Rashford will come straight back in. Anthony would start on the right flank if Ten Hag doesn't play Mount. Otherwise, I can see Mount coming in for Anthony in the number 10 position and Fernandes playing wide. But I like to see Fernandes in cam position and Anthony on the flank. Wan-Bissaka should come in. I think Dalo should stick to the left back position, which he has played well, especially against Arsenal, against Saka. Reguilon, I don't think he can play two match back to back coming after injury, so he might be safe for the trip to Copenhagen. I think Evans would come in because I didn't think Lindelof had a great game, and especially considering Evans is left-footed and he's played in away victories at Burnley and Sheffield United. I think Evans would slot beside Maguire. This team is obviously lacking pace, but I think Eric Ten Hag would go for this. Usually at home they play with 4-3-3 formation, and away we have seen them play this kind of 4-2-3-1 formation. But I think at home they'll go with 4-3-3 with two attacking midfielders and Palinia screening the back four. Reem and Bessie would start, or Diop could come in for Bessie. But I think Bessie being left-footed might start. Robinson is their threat in terms of wide areas because Willian he usually likes to cut back inside and take shot at goal. Robinson is good at overlapping and putting in good crosses for the strikers. So that'll be their. I think that'll be their busier flank. On the other flank, I think EOB has done well since his transfer to Fulham. He could be dangerous using his pace to go through our center midfield areas where we seem to leave a lot of space, especially on counter attacks. Reed is good at playing in these half spaces, receiving the ball on half turns and driving the momentum forward. Pereira usually plays in the cam position, but I think he could play on the left center midfielder position. He's also good at taking shots and also good at set pieces. So I think their midfield is the engine. It's full of legs, full of creativity, and certainly it has a lot of steel in it. So I think this will be the lineup for Fulham with this 4-3-3 formation. There is no respite for Eric Ten Hag, Manchester United, and there is no shying away from the fact that he is not, he hasn't been good for this position. It seems to be a too big a job for him. He's also abandoned his own principle, claiming that he'd never play Ajax type of football here. I don't see the point why is he still here if he's not if he doesn't even aim to play that kind of progressive possession based football. I was under the impression that he was hired to do that, to completely overhaul our style of play, make us a more potent opponent against teams like Manchester City and Brighton, who are exceptional with their understanding of the game and obviously tactical play. We have another must-win fixture in Denmark on Wednesday against Copenhagen. And given the fact the players have been unable to respond or to put up any kind of fight, even after one drubbing, second drubbing, or third drubbing, it seems to me that they have given up. They're not playing for the manager, and they're certainly disenchanted and disillusioned with him. Ten Hag himself might be counting his days. It seems to be numbered, and if we are not able to get all 3 points at Fulham, which is quite likely, in my opinion, the pressure would still increase. I don't see any kind of escape wall for for the pressure. I don't see a way out of this mire with Ten Hag at the helm, and I think the sooner we cut the ties with him, the better it will be. And I think the club has already written off the season, so there is no trophies at the end of this, or even top four, which seems highly unlikely with the way Aston Villa are playing. Obviously, Liverpool are back. Tottenham are ruling the roost at the top of the table. So I think the club has already given up. It just remains to be seen when it will be too much, and when Ten Hag will finally get his wings slipped. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with the Red Dissection episode after the Fulham match. Be sure to join us for that. Until then, take care, do good, favor Palestine for the deliverance and for their emancipation from the terror of Israel and Zionism. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.